what exactly are you doing?
Okay, thank you for asking. So we work with 250 companies in the financial industry, rated A and above, and we do everything from debt management to life insurance to retirement to tax solutions to long-term care, living benefits, estate planning, business solutions, anything that you can think of in the financial realm or industry. We're like a one-stop shop that literally you can get anything that you need when it comes to money. So any questions that somebody had or concerns, we're your go-to people that literally you can get the answers, the resources, the products, the plans that you're looking for that normally people would not get when they go to a regular financial firm. Because the big financial firms like Charles Schwab, Merrill Lynch, they only help the wealthy. Whereas for us, we help everybody with a heartbeat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, definitely. Having said that, what type of specialty do you help? Like, is there a certain group that you help with?
So, being a nurse, one of my specialty actually is helping medical professionals because I feel like, I can speak their language and I know what they're going through. I know exactly what they're experiencing, the challenges and the problems that they're dealing with. And I've been able to help out many nurses, medical professionals plan for a better financial future. And just to give you an example, like when I spoke earlier about debt management, just to give you an example of a client that we just helped out last week. She has $60,000 in credit card bills, right? That's a lot for credit cards, right?
Correct.
And guess how much she was paying every month on minimum?
Maybe like 5,000.
Yeah.
That's so much.
She was actually paying $1,700 a month minimum. That was just minimum. Now most people don't know how to pay off their debt. They don't have an end goal. So what we were able to do is we put a plan together for her to eliminate her debt, and we enrolled her in a program which would consolidate all of her credit cards into one. And instead of paying $1,700 a month, she now only paid $700 a month, giving her $1,000 to now save instead of that money going towards the bank. It went back to her.
Oh, okay.
So that's like one example of what we're able to do for clients. It can be credit card debt, medical bill debt, tax debt, student loan debt. We're able to assess and kind of put together a strategy on how to get out of debt and eliminate debt.
Oh, okay. That's
and there's
nice.
other things that we do as well. That's just one example.
Okay.
And it just depends on where you're at, what your goals are, what you're wanting to achieve, what you currently have. Maybe most people have something, but they don't know how it works. They don't know what it does or what it's going to provide them.
Okay. So, for example, I'm a nurse, right? So, like you mentioned earlier, I'm just going to make a role play with you,
Okay.
right? So, you mentioned earlier that you're earning I'm working 3 jobs or 3 shifts, right? And I'm earning 200K. I love to buy cars. I love to buy jewelry. I love to buy anything, right? How can you help me?
Okay. So as a nurse, and depending if you're married or single, let's give one example first, like single, right? Obviously it's only you that you're thinking about, right? You probably want to have the nice things because you work so hard for it. You want to enjoy, you buy the Louis Vuitton, you have the nice Mercedes Benz, you have a house. But the problem is, even though you have all those luxury things, there's nothing wrong with having it. But as long as you're saving and building something towards the future is something that you got to think about. So for somebody that's single, that's making that much money, one of the biggest problems that they have is taxes. And that was me before, making, I didn't own a home back then. I don't have any kids. My only tax shelter was my 401k, which most people don't really understand how it works or what it does. And I was actually putting in, just to give an example, I was putting in 17% of my income, right? And I realized only when I sat down with somebody that I was getting matched 1%.
Oh,
that's a big difference.
Before, that's a big difference.
So when we sit down with a nurse, when we sit down with a single nurse, we want to take a look at what they're currently doing. What plans do they have in place for retirement? What are their goals? When do they want to retire? Do they have an emergency fund? Are they Are they diversified? How much are they getting taxed? Do they get a tax refund? So that when we sit down and do a strategy for them or a roadmap, we take all of those things into consideration. Because one of the challenges that most nurses have, and this is just, based on experience, is that they think that once that they can make up the money, they spend the money. They spend their money, right? Because they know that they can make that up working an extra shift. But in my case, what if that extra shift doesn't come anymore?
Yes.
What's your plan then? Do you have a backup plan? Are you properly protected? Is the insurance at work, is it going to provide you the right protection if anything were to happen? God forbid an unforeseen circumstance happen. Is it the right type of plan that will provide you, this chronic illness or critical illness, terminal illness? A lot of times people have no clue what these are, right? And they continue to pay something every month, or it's getting deducted from their paycheck, and they don't even know what they're paying for.